Hello, I'm Lucas. This is a bit of lit. No light today, but that's all right. I want to talk about The Horse and His Boy by C.S. Lewis, which is about Shasta, who is a young Narnian I'm spoiling it. He doesn't know he's from Narnia, but he is because he's fair-skinned. And everyone around him in Calormen, whoop, whoop, that's not the map. Everyone around him in Calormen, right down here where the desert is brown and has turbans and viziers and all these different things, these othering things, these the way C.S. Lewis portrays the Calormenes, the Calormen, is not great, at all. Quite troubling. Anyway, he is a slave there, quite unhappy, found as a young boy, and his father figure is quite cruel to him, willing to sell him to this powerful person. And Shasta does not want that, because he's afraid that the man will be worse to him than his father figure. And he will be, as the horse of that man tells him, because the horse is from Narnia, and as we know, in Narnia, animals can talk, as long as, at least we learn that in Magician's Nephew, and in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, certain animals are able to speak, and some are not. So they make a plan to head north and escape. And along the way, they meet Aravis and I forget, Hwyn. Aravis is a... My mustache is itching me. Aravis is a young girl who's set to wed some guy she doesn't want to marry, so she runs away on her Narnian horse who can talk. She doesn't know that until they meet Bree, who is the horse that... what's his name? Oh my gosh. I know his name at the end is Kor, because he's actually, he's not a slave boy with no family behind him. He's actually, according to the prophecy, because there's a prophecy that we find out at the end that tells of his tale that Aslan helps with. Oh my gosh, I just said his name, and now I've forgotten. Shasta, that's right. Shasta meets Bree. Shasta and Bree meet Hwyn, the horse, who's a mare, and I know I just said her name, so please forgive me. I have forgotten again. Yeah, can't remember. My mind just went blank. My bad. Anyway, and yeah, she's trying to avoid getting married. And they make it to this town, and they get split up, and Shasta gets mistaken for Corin, who is this prince, because he's actually his twin brother. Oh my gosh, what is her name? It's really gonna bother me. I know I said it just a moment ago. Well, anyway, yeah, she meets her friend La Saraline, who is confused why she doesn't want to marry that one guy. And a whole bunch of crazy stuff happens, and they find out that there's a plot by this other character from Calormen, that wants to marry Prince Susan and needs to have her and has to have her and won't live without her, even if she hates him. And to take over Narnia and destroy everything and kill Queen Lucy and King Edmund and King Peter? Oh my god, I can't remember. That is embarrassing. But yeah, so it's basically a race against time to warn the kings and queens of Narnia against the 200 strong Calormen that are going to siege Narnia and take the throne. So there's that. And, I think the story is pretty good. I have done a terrible job of explaining it, but, I enjoy the story. I think there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of exciting things. However, yeah, it's really racist. So, can't really recommend it, can I? I don't think so. Um, and it is a shame. And actually, I think the ending is weak. When it's fine to me that he's actually royalty. I expect that from old fantasy. Um, what annoys me, you know what? Actually, this feels very dramatic in a lot of ways. There's a lot of more serious moments in it, and that's why I think the adventure of it is great. The racism of it is powerful. It is incredibly strong. These Middle Eastern stereotypes who get the short end of the stick, the way they're treated and written about. Um, yeah, I can't really recommend reading it for that reason, unless you're willing to, accept that that is how C.S. Lewis wrote these sort of Middle Eastern tropes, not in a positive light. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And as I was trying to say, the whole thing where actually there's prophecy, I found out, it's so nonchalantly laid out at the end. That's kind of funny. But yeah. In terms of enjoyment of the story, I would say I like this one the most, but it is quite problematic. So I will say that, yeah, The Magician's Nephew is still my favorite, and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is still very good. You know, and it does sort of seem to follow some biblical themes and all that, but we won't get into that just because I'm not really recommending it. Yeah? Okay, bye.